I'm Dr. Craig Martin, and welcome to The Inside Connection. This show is about astrology, but it's also about all things mystical, metaphysical, cosmic, and the unseen. A lot of people are going to go, yeah, right, I can dismiss that right off the hand, but I say, you haven't had an astrology reading, because when you do, you'll believe. Today we're going to be taking a look at what astrology is, but first I want to tell you what astrology isn't. It is not fortune telling, it's not crystal ball gazing, and it's not some guy with a turban and a crystal on his head. In fact, astrology is not really even a psychic phenomenon. It's about a pattern, it's about a theme. It's like saying, well, I see a storm coming. That's a theme. We know it's going to create some destruction, but we don't know where or exactly how it's going to do that. It's about energy. It's about the energy that's surrounding us in the universe, an energy that's palpable, an energy that we can feel. And there's actually something about that energy that we can do. We can anticipate it. The planets move in a fixed pattern. They're written just like a symphony. You know, you look at something, the piece of music that's been written, we have a certain number of measures, we know what's going to come up. The planets move in the same way, in a fixed pattern, constant and predictable. So acknowledge it or not, this energy is real. Just like the sun has energy, you know, you get a sunburn, all the planets have energy. Astrology is about how you relate to that energy all around you and how it can manifest your life in like a beautiful and really fulfilling way. So, astrology is not going to win you the lottery. Too bad, right? That's ridiculous. But it can help you to find the right time to make a move or expect a change. And those moves, when you play them correctly, those changes, when you take hold of them, are the keys to succeeding in the game of your own life. So, prepare yourself, because the energy that forms your life is about to become a part of your reality. So we know what astrology is not, so what is astrology? Well, basically it's a guidebook. It's insight into that cosmic energy that exists now and that's coming up in the future. You see, astrology is based on astronomy. It's something literal. The planets are where they are, somewhere in the solar system at any given time. Astrology is taking those positions and interpreting that pattern. So just like a song, you know, the impact of the energy is going to be different for you or for someone else. Think of it as the sun is like the lead vocals, and Mars is like the bass, Venus is like that cute backup chick. You get the idea. Together they form a collective energy that comes out of them working together. Astrology is being able to see that energy pattern and interpret it. That's what I do. What you want to know is, how is it going to affect you? How does astrology affect you? Basically in two different ways. First, it's a picture of your personality at the time when you were born. That was set at the time when you were born. The planets were lined up in a specific way. That alignment is your horoscope. It represents your personal pattern. That's why I need to know the details of your birth. I need to know the time. I need to know the place. People born in Wisconsin, people born in London, even if it was at the same time, they have different charts. They have a different energy pattern. So the horoscope is individual to you. It's a cosmic piece of music that was playing at the time when you were born, and you represent that cosmic pattern. That energy is a picture of your personality, your strengths, your weaknesses, your life purpose, and the lessons that you're here to learn. And on top of all of that, astrology tells me how the energy of the now moment, and of course the future moments, everybody wants to know about those, are affecting the energy that you are. Is it going to be positive? Is it going to be negative? Is that energy from the now moment mixing well with me, or is it not? Imagine that you could make the beneficial energy work even harder for you, capitalizing on it, or that you could make the more challenging energy minimized in its effect on you. Oh, it's possible. With foresight, you know, anything is possible. So the effect, Well, you get to have more control over your life. The secret guidebook to life, that instruction manual for living that everyone wishes that they had, that's astrology. Even the planet has a horoscope because that full energy pattern is kind of coming in and we're experiencing it collectively all together. So what effects right now is that energy producing for all of us? Well, first of all, there's a blanket transit. The planet Uranus and the planet Pluto are square. They have been for a little while. They're going to be for years. So there's going to be a lot more activity about those individuals rebelling against authority. So when we see more things in the news where individuals are going up against authority figures, that's the overriding thing that's moving us forward right now at this time. Mercury is in a retrograde period, so you don't want to sign any contracts. If things feel confusing, chill out. It's going to end soon. Mars is in Libra, Saturn's in Libra. Relationships, very serious. We're going to have to focus on them. We're going to have to put our best foot forward in relationships. You're going to have to take initiative to make a compromise. And you can do that because Venus is moving from Gemini into Cancer, so it's not just going to be all talk and love. You're actually going to be able to give someone a massage, cook someone dinner, something nice, nurture a little bit. That's where you're going to find the love. Binny, hi, welcome to the Inside Connection.
Thank you.
So I'm going to be reading your chart, your natal chart, which is the chart that represents where the planets were when you were born. You have one of the most unusual charts I've ever seen. You have a chart that has a very focused and a very powerful, intense life. It's like almost a very ambitious, very auspicious life that you've chosen to lead. Do you know that? Can you feel it?
Somewhat, but can you expand on the chart?
I will. In astrology, you have the sun in Pisces. You know that because you're born on March the 17th. But you have 4 other planets in Pisces. You're really a very sensitive, very imaginative, very creative, very like mediumistic. You have a very strong ability to intuit and understand things that aren't actually really being said. You're very empathic, very compassionate.
I think that is very true.
I haven't seen the chart of someone really so sensitive in a long time because dividing the chart up into, say, halves, you have a lot of planets on one half and they're all in the 12th house, which is the house of Pisces. And then you have all these other planets actually in Pisces. So I wonder if you can even watch TV without crying at the commercials.
I was about to say that.
Because it's like, you know, you're feeling everything, and especially if there's good acting in a show or something like that, you're right there with them. The lesson that you've chosen is very advanced. It's very much about you getting your own self, your own ego out of the way.
I think you hit it on the nail. I would say it's pretty good.
You're looking for a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and you're looking for a woman who's actually very actually strong-willed, because you want somebody who's going to be able to take charges and make choices. And yes, she needs to appreciate how sensitive you are, but you just love a woman that's got motivation and enthusiasm and wants to make things happen. You're really not looking for somebody that wants you to lead the way. You're busy doing that in your work. You're busy doing that in your life with everybody else. In your personal life, it would be so nice if you could meet that Aries woman, you know? Or at least, yeah, if she's not an Aries, she needs to be strong like that. Somebody that's entrepreneurial and knows how to like grab you and say, Benny, let's go.
Yeah, I tend to get attracted to those kind of women, though.
I know, I see that.
Yeah.
I want to let you know that there's one coming. The one little thing about that is you have to be careful you don't get swept off your feet so fast and then, you know, like find that it disappears as soon as it came. So I want you to be careful of that. And thanks for Skyping in and being on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you, Benny.
Thanks for your time, too.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, mystical tidbit today. Did you know that Scorpio rules astrology? The energy of Scorpio rules astrology. They rule hidden knowledge. So astrology is the ruler of Scorpio. It rules the energy of all things hidden. That all falls under Scorpio. It makes Scorpio people insightful because they pick up on those subtle nuances. They get information about people and about things that other people don't pick up on. They are sensitive. They can feel other people's energy very clearly, and they are very careful about guarding their own energy. That's what makes them suspicious, jealous, and powerful. Famous Scorpios include Katy Perry, Matthew McConaughey, Hillary Rodham Clinton, and Bill Gates. Quite a powerful group of people right there. Let's dispel a myth right here and right now. The Death card in the tarot, key 13. Does it mean you're going to die? Absolutely not. You know, people are so scared of that card. It's been used in Hollywood endlessly. Turn that card, someone's gonna die. No, that's not what it means. It's about transitions from one place to another. It's about new beginnings. If you change something in your life from one form to another, that's the Death card. It's about recreating. Change that hairstyle, get rid of that rug. Change, transform. You want a good example? Tiger Woods. He got dealt that Death card the day that his ex-wife found out what was going on. Crystal, hi, welcome to the Inside Connection.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too. I'm going to do a little chart reading for you, and we're going to start in with what's called a natal chart. I'm going to be talking to you about the chart that you were born with and the energy that that chart shows, okay?
Okay.
So you know that you're a Taurus. You also have a couple of other planets in Taurus, which makes you very beautiful, and it makes you also very loyal and very, I think, a good lover of aesthetics, meaning things that are beautiful. You're a good judge of character, you have good taste. You have some significant placement of Gemini, Cancer, and also Virgo in your chart. So those things in combination make you funny, talkative, you probably love to read, you're probably very good with comedy, or you make people laugh, you know, like tell jokes. And then interestingly, there's a strong maternal element to you, you know, like you're very nurturing. I'm sure you've been accused of mothering people.
I've actually taken on like a mother role with, I guess just like younger children before.
It's interesting because in your chart, that maternal role is a part of your own personal identity. In astrology, it's based on what's called the first house. It's your femininity. It's actually the Venus and the Moon, both in Cancer, both in the first house in your chart. The interpretation of that is someone who's very self-identified as a maternal person, and your desire to protect people and mother them is a part of your strong personal identity.
Right, yeah, I actually really agree with that.
Jupiter in your chart rules your house of relationships. You're not really wanting to be in the same old rut that you might have feel like you've been in for a while. You want to say like, wow, how do I shake this off and create something new?
I actually ended a 4-year relationship this February. It was basically because I wasn't sure if that person was the one that I wanted to spend my life with. I changed my mind since then.
Does that person not want to take you back now? Is that what happened?
Yes, it's a huge problem.
If you needed that, if you needed freedom, right, and you tried to go back and this person said that they don't want you back, then they're not really the right person for you, and that's more than just a cliche. Career is incredibly important to you, and you're going to work on that because it's going to be a life journey for you. It's a very exciting one. You do have a happy relationship coming to you. It was great having you on the show. I really enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, sweetheart. Thanks. We'll see you again. Celebrity charts. Today we're going to do Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, we know that relationship's not working out. We want to kind of take a look at why. It's not really a very good relationship to begin with. She's a Sag, he's a Cancer, that's fire and water. Really, he's very much into public fame. He's got a lot of Leo in his chart, and she's really into children and her creative impulse. So the way they're even coming at their acting careers is totally different. Sag is also about higher truth, and they love religion and philosophy, but not fanaticism, and he's got a kind of fanatical chart. Plus, his Neptune is square her Venus, and that kind of means that it's somewhere along the way she got disillusioned about what she had gotten into. His Pluto is actually also on her Virgo, and that means, ooh, what does that mean? It means he's oppressive, heavy, dangerous, brooding. She doesn't like that. She has confidence and perfectionism issues, and he's all too happy actually to be right there with the criticisms, and they both together have enough Leo in their chart to have an applause factory built into every room of their house. That's their attraction, fame, and even larger fame. But it kind of turns out to be competitive between them. This is a classic power struggle, and it is not going to be pretty. Tom is going to feel very lonely and very angry. Katie's going to be even more disillusioned and immersed in her own family of origin drama. The heavy hand of guilt and responsibility is going to come down hard on her from every angle. Relationship compatibility, we're going to talk about the elements today. We're going to talk about the fire signs. That's Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. We're going to talk about the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Those signs, when they mix them up, they go well together. Air and fire, very compatible. Fire about the idea, air about the ability to communicate them. So fire gives air ideas, stimulates them, makes them excited about explaining them. Air is able to communicate fire's idea, and it broadens it out even more. You want to know a really awesome couple that's out there, fire and air? Brad and Angie. He's a Sag, she's a Gemini. That's fire and air. Go find that combination, fire and air. Christine, welcome.
Thank you.
You might know that you're a Virgo, right? But that really means that the sun was in Virgo when you were born. There are other planets, as in fact all of them are also in front of the zodiac. So if I say to you, your moon is in Sagittarius, you might not exactly know what that means. I'm going to explain it to you. But you'll be able to at least hear, oh, I have a little Sagittarius in my chart.
Okay.
You're not just a Virgo. You've got so many planets in Virgo. It's unbelievable. And you have Gemini rising. So between Virgo and Gemini, that's a lot going on in your head.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Can you ever shut it off?
No.
No,
I don't
right?
think I'm ever without a thought.
That was the first thing I thought when I looked at your chart. I was like, oh my God, she's got a busy mind. The Virgo in your chart is actually in the 4th house, which is the house of home. You probably keep your house pretty organized and tidy. If you're living that Virgo kind of experience, you might really want to keep things clean. But it talks also about the lessons that you have about family and home and wanting to own a home. It seems very strong in your chart to want to be a home owner. You're not a homeowner yet.
No.
But do you think about that?
Oh, yeah. It's a big dream.
As somebody who has so much Virgo in your chart, I think there's a lot of self-judgment or a lot of even external judgment of other people, like where you're like constantly evaluating. Do you feel like even at the young age that you are that you've gotten somewhat of a handle on judging yourself and others or being too hard on yourself?
I am the most self-critical person I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You're probably the most self-critical person that I know.
Yeah.
You'll find, I think, the healing to that self-criticism in recognizing your connection to family. You know, it's interesting about your house of relationships, and it says that you're actually going to meet someone through work.
That's how I usually do it.
Right now is a time when someone could show up and they're going to be outside of the customary people that you're normally meeting. Like, you're really going to be like, wow, a little shook up. It's almost like a sweep you off your feet kind of feeling, but not because it's the person that normally does that to you. So, you know, there's an expression, you've got to kiss a lot of frogs to find the Prince Charming. There's a reason for that expression. It's because some of the magic's in that kiss. So you never really know what you're going to get until you get close enough to it to find out.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
So that's our show. Thanks for joining me. My name is Dr. Craig Martin. I'll see you next time on The Inside Connection.